Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me. It is July 17th, so it's 7:17 today. I hope you guys are doing well. Great energy I feel this morning. I don't know about all of you, but it seems like a higher energy. Something is shifting for sure. More creativity is in the air. That's definite. But it also depends on your specific chart. And we're actually going to talk a little bit about that today. We've got the full moon in Capricorn coming on Sunday. So remember, this is the second Capricorn full moon. We had one last month, and then this is the second one. So a lot of things that weren't, completed at that time, well, you are in for another awakening. So Capricorn does not play, but it's actually a positive one. Yes, there can be some negativity about it, but it looks more so like with the government. So not so much interpersonal realities, but more so in the government. So endings. I know that in the cards, we keep seeing the surrender or the takedown, the announcement of, possible death of Biden. So we kept getting Four Swords a lot too. So that could be something coming to a head. If it doesn't happen in this full moon, then it could definitely happen with the Aquarius full moon in the following month in Leo season. So very interesting, but we're going to pull cards on it today. So this first half of the show is still morning mindset. So you still get your morning your morning message and the lowdown on things. And then the second half will be with Shelly Dressel, and I believe she's in the chat, so shout out to you. Looking forward to seeing what kind of work she does and what she's up to. It'll be really nice to introduce her to everyone. So I'm excited for that. So we'll get into that. But I did also want to make an announcement this morning. So there's going to be a break here. I'm taking a live show break. So it's just a break from live shows. So no more morning mindset for Thursday and Friday of this week. But I will return on Monday. The cause of this is because I have a very important assignment, I guess I could say, assignment and creation that's in the works. And with this Capricorn full moon, I have that urge and that desire to get this done, completed. Let's wrap it up. So I've got something to wrap up, and I also have a special assignment this week. So that is why I'm taking a break. I won't be live tomorrow or Friday, but I will return on Monday. However, I am still taking readings. So yes, it's not like I'm turning off the readings and all of that. If you still have appointments, they're still going to happen. And I did open up some more spots for express recorded readings. So I'm going to share screen. So you can still book express recordings, the $44 special angel number there. So you can still order readings and send in your questions, and I'll still make you your customized video. This is no interference in any way to what I have going on behind the scenes. So don't worry about that. You can still schedule with me personal readings, no doubt. And there's also open availability. So I opened up more times. So you can definitely still schedule an express reading. And you'd probably get it back even sooner because I don't have a live show. So just letting you know that. But what I'm working on is something that you will find out about. You'll find out the partial announcement will happen next week, but there is also an assignment that you won't hear about till later on, but you'll love it. So I'm excited. But anyways, that's the scoop. That's a special announcement I wanted to let you guys know. So if you're looking for me tomorrow or Friday, just remember it's a break. I'm just on a little break. So anyways, wanted to get that out of the way. And what we're going to do right now is talk about that Capricorn full moon. 29 degrees conjunct Pluto. 29 degrees also is a psychic degree, if you didn't know. So take a look in your chart. Look and see where you have Capricorn placements. That's where it's going to affect you the most. With the conjunction of Pluto, that can be very transitional, transformative. So something in your life may transform. A lot of my research, I was finding that this is also a good time for those that may have been thrown around the idea of retiring or a change in career, or another big level in your career, something huge that's coming about for you. It's like a karmic gift I guess you could say. So karmic rewards are coming to a lot of people. A lot of good, beautiful souls will be rewarded with this full moon, Capricorn. And also, a very important aspect to this, whatever you were going through in 2008, if there was something that started and began, I'm talking about a cycle. Now, we're talking about karmic cycles as well. This could affect your family, your relationships, your friendships of all sorts. So anything going down in 2008, you may see the completion of that, some closure of that. Just really depends on your specifics. And that is also why I'm not doing readings for each and every sign. It is much more specific to look at your individual birth chart, find where you have Capricorn in your chart, and that's going to give you more of a customized version of, okay, I see Capricorn, I have it in the sun sign, right? And a few other places. So I'm going to look and see where they are. And then you can kind of see, okay, I might have a transformation here. I might have a huge career jump, quantum leap. So, there's things that you need to look at on your own chart. It's much more specific than just doing a collective reading for each sign. So that's why I kind of hold back from doing that so much. But take a look at your chart. If you don't have your birth chart and you have no idea how to do it yourself, I do offer that on my website as well. Very low cost, arcanashores.net. So it's all there too. But definitely take a look. It's very specific to each individual. It always will change and fluctuate. But strong emotions, there could be an intensity. You guys may even feel that tomorrow and Friday. So I know I won't be doing shows to give you guys a positive feel for yourselves, but I highly encourage you guys to get more intellectual with yourselves Thursday and Friday. Pay attention to your strong emotions, but also don't let them override, your direction. Don't let it interfere with your direction, because it could just be you really focusing on something you shouldn't be. It could be an illusion. It could be something that's trying to confuse you. And that's just the energy, because things are trying to get set up for the Capricorn full moon. So just be aware of that and do things that really help you stay grounded. All right. So if you feel irritable or something's pissing you off or throwing you off course tomorrow or Friday, I really encourage you guys to get in the water. Go put your feet outside in the grass and the dirt, whatever you have out there. Just seriously get grounded and retreat, rest and retreat. A lot of you will even feel super tired, super emotional. Water signs, you guys, I'm sorry, but you guys might feel super emotional. But it's okay. You guys will resurface. You guys will actually do really well with this Capricorn full moon. As you know, water with the earth is all good, pretty much balances out. Fire signs too, you guys, and I'm talking sun sign, rising signs. The fire signs will as well. They're going to do all right because we have Leo coming in on Monday. Leo season will begin. So if you feel intense emotions, because fire signs will, just be aware that it'll pass, and try not to put too much energy into certain decisions. Don't be impulsive. Kind of slow things down a little bit and just let things play out and pass until next week. Then it'll be a little bit safer to make your decisions. But decisions around closures and, completions of things, projects, creativity. Now, Sunday's a really good day to be creative as well as Monday, but make sure you're completing things that you started either 2008 all the way back there or just recently. If you didn't finish it the last full moon, then you're most likely going to finish it this one. So just pay attention to things you've already started and follow through. Capricorn's all about following through, being very loyal to self, loyal to work, and building things up. So something that you've already put roots into, this is the time to watch it bloom. All right, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, it's going to be good. It's a good one. Now, the government, I did put it in a note there, but the government, what I see with the government, that's where we see some endings and power struggles and power shifting. So it looks all good for our Trump, for sure, but it doesn't look so good for the other side. And that's okay. So we might see Biden drop out or be forced out or an announcement of death. But I kind of feel if it's either this weekend or the next full moon, which is in Leo, which is a lot more forceful with that fire energy. So fire and Aquarius, so fire and air for the next full moon. So we'll have to see how it plays out, but it's coming. It's definitely coming, you guys. And the other day, remember, I got the number 2 for 2 deaths. I predicted 2 deaths that are coming that will be announced in the government sector. So we'll have to pay attention to that. And anyways, if there is something that goes down this weekend, I will definitely come on the live. But if nothing major really happens, I won't. I'll have to be working on the assignment that I have. But I just wanted to let you guys know that for sure. So you're not like, where is she? She just deserted us. But no, I'm just on a little break because I got to finish something that is started. But anyways, that's what's up. So let's move forward. I want to pull cards. We're going to pull cards for today. But we're also, since I spoke of the devil himself, let's pull some cards on him. One of the devils, Antichrist, right? So will Biden leave this full moon or next full moon in Aquarius? So it's a Aquarius full moon is the next one. But let's take a look. Is it this month? Is it this full moon of Capricorn? Is he going to be departed? We'll just say departed because that would set it up for any kind of departure. So here we go. And yeah, Uranus opposes his Venus. So it could be a health condition or they force him to leave. So let's take a look. Let's see, will Biden leave this full moon? Yes or no? All right, we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, immediately I'm associating that, I'm feeling that with his health. It's going to be a health situation. Here we go. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Messenger. So we're going to hear a message. We're going to hear news about it, about his health, a decline. So let's just ask it. And I do believe it's for this Capricorn, around the Capricorn full moon. So if it doesn't happen by Sunday, it could very well happen next week. So here we go. Wow, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess also, my High Priestess, she's much different than other decks, as you can see. But she's got the power of the moon behind her. And she's also holding the world. So that also demonstrates endings in my deck. So I am feeling that, and I'm sorry the cards are that way. Maybe I should go like this. Yeah. So the Hierophant here at the top, this old guy here, his health is what sparked with me. I think it's going to be announcement of his health declining. And I do feel it's going to lead to a death. So they may announce like he's really sick. There's something going on with him, blah, blah, blah. And then they drag it out a little bit and then they announce that he's gone. So that's what I'm thinking. So we'll roll with that. We'll see how it plays out. But that's what I'm thinking here. All right. So if it doesn't happen by Sunday, I'm feeling that it'll happen and kind of be dragged out throughout next week. So interesting. We shall see. Let's see what the next one is. So now let's just move forward because I do want to bring Shelly on time. Let's see. We're going to do the spirit message. So the spiritual message for today, for the collective, for all of us. It doesn't matter where you are in the world and whether you watch it now or watch it later. So let's take a look. What is the message that we all need to know today? Here we go. What is the message? Thank you so much, Arnie Layton, in the chat about my cards. Thank you. Yes, they're so pretty, and yeah, they took a while to design, a couple years, but I really love them for sure. Thank you. Here we go. Here's one of the newer cards, by the way. So no other tarot deck has this, but this is about healing. It's about evolving. And what's coming to me is a planetary shift. We've been talking about this because I felt that we went through a planetary shift last weekend. With that major event that happened, whether it's fake or not, which I think it is, but whatever, Trump and all the good guys, they want us to see it as, hey, it really happened. Okay, we'll roll with the show. Just roll with the show. So anyway, but I still think, aside from that, I think that the planet itself, humanity itself, shifted. We are seeing division, unfortunately, but it's actually a healthy thing because we're actually able to see those that aren't going to move forward and ascend, those that are going to stay kind of in a cloudy, illusional reality. But then there's a lot of us that are choosing to move forward, to concentrate on ourselves, not so much about all the chaos and going in circles every day and then, like decoding things constantly. If you stay in that stagnant energy, like we were talking about yesterday, of just going in circles about the same subjects all the time, you're not going to spiritually evolve. What you're doing is placing yourself in a frame, and it's a mindset, it's a frame, a personal frame, your mind, your brain, into that energetic field of just analyzing, being judgmental. And also, I'm seeing a lot of fighting between, this is the way it went down, and then the other side's like, no, this is the way it went down. Like, there's a lot of arguments going on, there's flight or fight going on. Spiritually, if you're trying to grow as a person, as an individual, and evolve, if you're going to get wrapped up in that on the daily, you're not even concentrating on yourself. You're concentrating on drama. Drama gets you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. So this is about evolving, but it's also the shift, the timeline shift. So we're going to see those that are still going to be in that past behavior, because that's what this is. In reality, it looks like to me a universal test. Are you going to fall back into old behaviors of how life used to be, 3D, how we would engage and invest all of our energy, all of our time into drama? Or did you choose the high road and concentrate on your path? And yeah, whatever's going on over there, whatever, we'll see how everything plays out. But I'm not going to waste all my energy on this and forget about where I'm going with my life and versions of myself, right? So this is kind of bringing it home to you. It's for you. Are you choosing yourself, or are you going to choose the drama because it's fun and exciting? But that's going back to the past version of you. And if you've been working on yourself, you're not going to be able to tolerate that. And it's just going to make you feel very uneasy, and just, you don't even want to put up with it or hear about it, right? So it's better to always let things flow, always let things play out, and not feed into drama, feed the fire, right? So this is about evolving, I feel, this first card. So concentrating on you, concentrating on your journey and how you choose to evolve in the version that you're choosing to be. Let's see, Queen of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy herself, right here, the Queen of Pentacles. Not only is this earth energy of being grounded, really coming home to yourself, knowing who you are, knowing your values. What do you represent? You represent yourself. How do you want to represent yourself? Wrapped up in drama, wrapped up in other issues or people's problems? Or are you going to self-represent the best version that you could put forward today? That's the Queen of Pentacles. She also has the power of manifesting. When you are in your power, which we talk about this all the time, but when you're in your power, that's when you can manifest. If you have a lot of interference of the outside world and whatever they're trying to decode and throw at you out there, right? That's going to take you off course. You're not with the self. You're not with yourself at all. So pay attention to what you're concentrating on. Where is your focus? And what truly matters? Does it really matter if something looked a certain way, but someone else is saying it looked this way? Does it really matter in the big scheme of things? It really doesn't, because you can't do anything about it. You can't change the course of things. All you can do is change yourself and where you're going. So that's truly all that matters in your own personal life. So Queen of Pentacles, focus on your vision, focus on your goal, not the outside nonsense chaos, right? And then we have the King of Swords, truth. He's about standing in his truth, speaking boundaries. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't be a people pleaser anymore. We're way past that, right? But I'm seeing it. I'm seeing people that have been working on themselves, but they fell back into the trap of the chaos, whatever, what they're talking about the world stuff. They fell back into that, and they're not having any boundaries. They're letting people attack them because the other person doesn't agree with them. So we got to draw the line. You have to, if you're in your power and you're really working on yourself, you have to say, hey, enough is enough. I'm stepping back from this. Don't feed into the energy, because you're going to go into fight or flight mode. And we're past this. This is a test. It's a test to see how many people are going to act the way we all used to act, right? Feeding the drama. Because people by nature are drawn to drama. And that's impulse, and that's negativity. It's narcissistic. It's all those energies wrapped in one. So we don't want to feed that anymore. So please pay attention to your boundaries. Pay attention to the words you speak as well, because we still have to talk to some individuals that are wrapped up in it right now. But choosing kind words and just saying, hey, I'm not really interested in talking about this. I'm really trying to focus on my direction right now, my career, my love life, my whatever it may be, your children, your husband, whatever it is, right? I'm really focused on this right now. Don't really want to decode things that truly don't matter and we can't change it anyway. So pay attention to focus, but pay attention to your truth. What is true to you? And stick with that. Next we have, so this is the beautiful World card. So the World card in my deck, she becomes the High Priestess. And if you're a man, then you become like the Emperor later. Okay, so the World card is about cycles, endings, and new beginnings. So ending that old behavior, like we just were talking about, anything from your past, how you used to act, if you catch yourself, because it's easy, we'll fall into it, right? But if you catch yourself like, oh shoot, I used to act like this. This isn't me anymore. I don't tolerate this anymore. This is not a high vibration. I am at an elevated level now. I've really worked on myself, and I don't want to fall back into this phase where everyone else is of negativity and division. So ending that cycle once and for all. Speaking of that Capricorn full moon on the 21st, that's what it's all about. It is about learning lessons, and it's about wrapping it up, close it up. The old version of yourself, leave it in the past. He or she is over it. So complete all cycles, all karmic cycles. Karmic cycles with yourself are very important. And that's what this is right here. Behaviors, feeding into things that no longer serve you, right? It doesn't serve you to go in circles about what happened, what might have happened. And it doesn't matter. You can't change it. Oh, you can only change yourself in your direction. So just keep that in mind, especially as we move into the weekend. So anyways, I think that's the message, because that's what's just keeps coming through. But I hope you guys could resonate with that and really feel that, because it was a strong one for sure. But anyways, we're going to move forward. I don't see Shelly backstage yet, but when she comes backstage, I will let her in, and then we will proceed. I'm going to share my website again, so arcanashores.net. The express reading, so again, is only $44, and you guys can still book that. Just because I'm on a break doesn't mean I'm breaking from readings. Not at all. So it's still available. This one actually is the quickest one. So yeah, you send in 4 questions, and then I make you a customized video. But very exciting. So always, so much is on my website, you guys. I even have birth charts. So if you're like, shoot, I don't know where my Capricorn is in my chart, you can just order a birth chart. And if you want me to read it for you, that's an appointment where we sit down together. I do record it for you. We usually will use StreamYard because I can share screen really easily and explain everything to you and ask you specific questions on what you're trying to find out as well. And at the end, we pull cards. So it's kind of like a everything reading. But that's on my website. Everything is there, especially my beautiful cards right there too.